Hey everyone, welcome back to our Splatoon Weapon Bio series. I want to make a little correction. As of 10.0.0, the Splat Bomb is now the most common sub-weapon, as it is in Splatoon 1 and 2. Now with that, let's get on to our new weapon. It's time for a new way to play, the Splat Roller. It's a more melee painting focused weapon class, as are brushes, and there are two ways to attack. First, there's a horizontal flick that covers a wide area, and used more so for up close and personal attacks, and there's the vertical fling, that also has a long range but a thinner line of ink. The vertical fling is great for painting walls to swim up, painting a quick escape route, or is also a good spacing tool. However, be careful about damage falloff. The center of the roller is a 1-hit KO at 150 damage, but if hit around the center, it'll oftentimes result in not enough damage to get the splat, even truer with the vertical flings. If you hold the button after a horizontal fling, it takes 1.5 seconds to become a painting weapon, but the roller itself is very ink hungry. Without ink save remain, it consumes 8.5% for every attack. So pack some on. If you press the button before you jump, you do a horizontal flick on the ground. Likewise, if you press the button after you jump, you'll do a horizontal fling on the ground. Also note that while rolling over someone can happen, be very careful about enemy ink. A thin trail of ink can box you in, and as there's no continuous attack on rollers, you'll often get stopped. The roller can also attack above you, so being sneaky and picking off fighters in plain sight is the general fighting style you see. The other is painting. The new sub-weapon aids in this need, the curling bomb. Similar to the secret from Splatoon 1, curling bombs throw a streak of ink that can also ricochet off walls. They can also be used to sneak up on enemies, as they do 20 damage to soften them up. Upon launching one, it takes a few seconds before it blows up at 180 on direct damage and 30 upon splash damage. If you hold the button, the bomb detonates faster and has a fatter trail of ink, but explodes a second after. Launch these at the start of every match, getting everyone to the objective faster, and use it at the end of a turf war. All in all, the curling bomb is an asset to how the Splat Roller plays, and probably a weirder sub to get used to, but making ink and swimming behind it, faking out opponents by firing one and using it as a distraction, or using it as a pressuring tool is excellent. Special is the Big Bubbler, which is used generally to protect the team at a goal point in the map. Whether at the enemy base at Clam Blitz as protection, or on the tower in tower control, or in both modes used as a free super jump, it's a decent special to the roller. This set is more fighting focused rather than painting focused, and is the same set as the Order Roller, our first time seeing these reskins of Model 1 weapons after completing side order with that weapon. In the way of equipment, get some Ninja Squid on. It slows your swim speed down, but in return, no ripples are made, so it allows you to be more sneaky. But I can also see some people wanting some swim speed up, so I recommend that too. And of course, there's also Ink Saver sub from our curling bombs. Then we have the Crack-On Splat Roller, starting with the Squid Beacon. As a staple of the second kit for the roller, the Squid Beacon is a satellite that you can super jump to, similar to the Big Bubbler. Note that if you have a different sub, it breaks in 2 jumps as opposed to 1 if you have it as your sub. To use a Squid Beacon, you have to manually select it on the map, as there's no D-pad shortcut. Remember that your opponents can also see Squid Beacons, so keep them far apart from each other, because they also function as enemy detectors if an opponent is near one. But after it's destroyed, while you can still select it before breaking, it then shows the player by the normal super jump marker. You can place up to 3 at a time, and after a 4th one is deployed, the oldest beacon is destroyed. The Squid Beacon is the most expensive sub-weapon, at 75% of the ink, but aids in the Crack-On being a more defensive weapon. If you're not so good at fighting, a Squid Beacon weapon isn't a bad choice. The Crack-On also has our first instance of the Kraken Royale. For 8 seconds, you transform into a huge squid or octopus, swimming through any turfable wall or floor with ease. You're fully vulnerable for a full second upon the special's activation and end, so be careful and transform when there are no enemies around. Unlike its Splatoon 1 counterpart, the jump only does 60 damage and instead you have a charge attack. Charging and releasing causes a short burst that splats at 120 damage, but before charging and while swimming, leaving a trail of ink like an ink brush, you can receive knockback that only stuns you, wasting special time. Rapid fire weapons are keen at this, so be careful. It's also a great shield to use if you want to super jump safely, but you jump to the location where that ally started rather than their current location. Also note that as a non-humanoid form, it goes through grades. Don't use it to give chase to an enemy in their ink, because the ending animation is punishable. Be ready to activate it at that precise moment. Another thing about the Kraken Royale that I should mention is that it's a bomb suppressor. Any bomb that it comes into contact with just disappears. With the Squid Beacon and Kraken Royale combination, the Kraken Splat Roller overall is a weapon to apply pressure and keep the opposing team suppressed. Rest in peace, Baller, but Kraken Royale is superior. It just looks cooler. An ability I want to make quick mention to is Sub Power Up for the Squid Beacon. It acts like quick super jump, so equip it for Squid Beacon weapons. Very well worth it. And a little fun fact, the Splat Roller and the Kraken Splat Roller are the first weapons I actually 3-starred. I love using these weapons a lot. Maybe you will too. Anyway, thank you all for watching this little video of mine, and I'll see you in our next weapon bio. What do you want it to be? Leave it in the comments down below. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.